let's jump on the phones and talk to Jeff in Louisiana, who I think is having his own struggles with how to date. Jeff, what's on your mind tonight?
Hey, yeah. First of all, I'm loving this conversation 1,000%. I really feel just validated by what I think his name was Drew. So, sorry if I got that wrong, but yeah, just like what you're saying, I resonate with the whole being worried that I'm too feminine or something like that, and trying to hide it and appear more masculine and stuff like that. That's something that I definitely struggle with now. But my main question is, I'm a 35-year-old guy or 34 rather, and I'm struggling with dating, and I just feel like I don't really know what I want, or like, I don't know, it just feels like I need to pretend to like play an act or something, or be a certain type of person that a girl will be attracted to, like a loving, kind, caring person, which I think I am in my essence, but like, I don't know, I just feel this compulsion to act in that way even more so, and I get super anxious about it, and it's just a whole field of anxiety. And I think what I told the call screener was something about like how to date after religion, and I grew up in a pretty religious household, and definitely picked up some views about how like sex should wait until marriage and all that. So I'm not sure how much of that plays into like this taboo that I have of sex is, like you need to be in a certain type of relationship for sex to happen in a healthy way, rather than just like two people having fun together. So don't really have a great question. That's kind of my situation. I'm just curious if either of y'all have any thoughts about that.
Sure. Well, I'll just say that you are not alone in those thoughts or in those challenges. Regular listeners can tune out because they're probably sick of me talking about this. But the truth is, as a therapist, I meet so many folks, particularly men in their late 20s and early 30s, who have deconstructed their religion and are dating for the very first time. And the most common topic that we end up working through is this idea that you need to be the right person in order for somebody to like you, that your entire goal is about getting the digits. It's about making the connection. It's about getting the second date. And so often we forget to even ask the fundamental question of, do I want to go on a second date with this person? Like, we forget that our personality and the things that someone might not like about us are actually a great tool for driving away the people that we don't actually want to be around. I definitely appreciate that scarcity mindset, or that idea that it's vital to be who you're, quote, supposed to be, and to put this like nice veneer on. And we all want to put our best foot forward. We all want to use a little bit of polish. But I guess I'd really love to encourage you to take a more abundant mindset, sort of a plenty of fish in the sea, or maybe better said, there are plenty of people in the world. And you're not looking for somebody to go on a date with you. You're looking for somebody that you enjoy being around. Drew, how does all of that land with you?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. 100%. I'm curious. And it was Jeff, right? Okay. Yeah. I see the name on there, getting myself oriented, but yeah, no, Jeff, let me ask you, I know you said that, you're not sure, what you want, what you're looking for, but yet sounds like you do feel the desire to date. I'd love to hear you unpack that just a little bit. I mean, what, if you're able to kind of give a little bit of clarity, I mean, do you have some understanding, recognition of some things that you do want out of it? What might you be looking for? Are you simply looking to hang out with people? Are you looking to find a relationship eventually? Or you're just trying to be more comfortable in the world around you, and this is part of what you're told you need to do?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of go back and forth. Like, sometimes I think ultimately I want like a stable relationship with someone that I love, and then they love me. But that's part of the confusion and frustration on my part, is I don't know if I want that now, or I want to sleep around and explore a little bit first and get my feet wet. And I have a lot of anxiety, and I was diagnosed with OCD, so that may be playing into some. But I kind of go back and forth and just like obsess over it pretty ceaselessly a lot of the time.
Yeah, I mean, I think, and a lot of this is, things that Christy hit on, but, you know, try to give yourself the freedom to simply be,
Hmm.
the freedom to simply exist, to explore both yourself. Who am I? So, as you discover, I guess we can say your true identity, but I don't like how that puts, but sometimes it feels like that's what we're looking for, right? Like, who
Hmm.
am I really? Right. So just give yourself the freedom to explore that. Who am I? What do I like? What do I enjoy in terms of dating? What do I enjoy in dating experiences? What feels right? What vibes right? Do you find? Let me ask you, Jeff, and Christy. I'm not. I'm not sure how much time we have for everything, but for a lot of these, we could probably talk. I could spend an hour with everybody, but
Sure.
and I love these kinds of conversations. So, but just real quick, Jeff. Where do you find yourself getting stuck? Do you find yourself getting stuck at asking for a date, at just introducing yourself, or do you find yourself you get to the date, but you're stuck? What comes next? What's the sticking point there?
Pretty much everything along the way. So like I've asked a few girls out in person very unwillingly on my part, just like a lot of anxiety and stuff. I haven't done that in a while, but recently I was talking to a girl on Bumble. We matched and she was pretty attractive and the conversation was going all right. And I just found myself overthinking like everything that she was saying and my responses and, just kind of like, I don't know. I think at a certain point I started to act weird. I actually have a scheduled appointment with my therapist to talk about it tomorrow, and I'm going to go over, like, hopefully the whole conversation and just try to, get his opinion on it and figure out things. But, I mean, ultimately, I think the root of it is this feeling of, like, I'm not okay how I am or what I say isn't all right with someone else, and I need to kind of, like, change my initial natural responses.
Yeah, I guess I just say there just quickly, again, feel free to experiment and explore, right? I mean, seriously, fam, just the hardest part in my experience is getting to the date, right? So, but everybody's experience is different, right? Like asking out and there's fear and what if I mess up? And texting apps, oh, that's so hard. It feels impossible sometimes. But there too, give yourself the freedom to explore. As Christy said, there's plenty of fish, there's plenty of people. I thought he was going to say plenty of people in the water, but right, plenty of people in the world, right? So give yourself the freedom to just mess up, start off the text by just telling a joke, a quote unquote dad joke, right? Or if that doesn't seem to work, and here's the thing, you're never going to find the same thing work. Some of this language we use is almost sort of slightly toxic, but
Sure.
But some of the language is the only language we have, right? So, if you find that it doesn't get the results you're looking for, there's not interest expressed on it, different things, different approaches, different ways of communicating will vibe differently with different people. So, but yeah, try jokes, try just asking out, try, whatever, experiment away.
Yeah.
I think that's the most important takeaway is just normalizing that this is a good moment in your life to be curious and to be willing to explore yourself, to be willing to explore your interests.
Yeah, because when I was texting with a girl, I found myself thinking like, I heard that you should wait a couple hours before you apply and just like trying to follow the rules of quote unquote, like what works to become attractive or whatever.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, that idea of experimentation is a little scary. I mean, it's very scary to me, to be honest, but I definitely think that's a good point and something to like find what works for me by doing experimentation. So
yeah, curiosity requires a sense of safety, and that safety can be in short supply right now, and that's okay. But if you stretch, you get better at what you practice. So bit by bit by bit by bit, you don't have to like go and take a blood test and figure out, quote, who you are, but be curious, be open. And thank you so much for letting us in on your process. I'm glad that you're working with a therapist. I'm glad you're asking good questions. I'm glad you're seeking out sex positive resources on these topics like this show. I know it's scary, but it sounds like you're on the right track.
Thanks a lot,
awesome.
Jeff.
Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. Thanks, y'all. Bye.
All right. Take care.